Good, glorious morning, everyone. Good, glorious Sunday morning. This is Austin. This is the power of pure presence. It's Sunday, July 10th, and I want to welcome you today. I want to welcome you into this space right now, wherever you are in the world, whatever time it is. Nature is already offering her gifts. So, good morning. Before I get into this, I want to offer you the moment or suggest we just pause right now and just breathe. Pause and breathe. Give yourself the gift of this moment. Find some stillness within you this morning. I'm in a beautiful location, which I will share with you more. I know you can see the backdrop. It happens to be a beautiful day, as if it was divinely made for this space for us. So pause and breathe this morning. I want to welcome you in again and welcome you into the power of pure presence. This is season 1, episode number 2. The show is already evolving. There's so many things that are just coming through, but we're here to cultivate presence. We're here to allow the moment to unfold. And even getting to this space to be here with you today, there's all kinds of things that have already happened, and I embrace it all. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that, embracing and allowing things to come through. We're going to start off today with something that is new for the show. It's a little surprise, but some of you have been around. You know this, but I'm going to do it now. This is something that we're going to do to kick off the show. It's an invitation to just be still, right? Your mind is always racing. It's always seeking something. It's always seeking something to fill. And what we want to do here is, while we're going to be offering lots of value, but the main value is to live more fully in the moment. So I want to introduce this. This is called a tuning fork. And it's a frequency of 528, which is also known as the love frequency. But forget all that for right now. If you want to close your eyes, you can. If you want to keep your eyes open, you can. If you're driving, keep your eyes open. Think about your breath, pause and breathe. Avoid overcomplicating it, just breathe. If you can breathe a little deeper, do that. And I want you to listen to this noise as long as you can. And we're just going to take a moment to dial in right now. Pause and breathe. Okay, I have an incredible show lined up. Wow. I want to share with you just transparency. We have some things planned, and most of the show is unplanned. I do have a couple good surprises for you today to kick the show off. This location, we're going to talk about that. But let me talk about let me speak a little bit to the why this show is here. And then we're going to kick into the gratitude. This show is for you to live more fully now. And I'll speak more about that. Can you harness the moment? Can you live more fully now? We're going to get into the gratitude reading. For those of you that join me every morning, I do a show every morning at 7:45, and it's all about harnessing gratitude. What are you grateful for? What can you be grateful for now? So we want to keep a couple themes throughout this show. Pause and breathe anytime you want throughout the show, whether you're listening to my voice or not. Use this as a space to build presence. Pause and breathe. We're gonna talk about gratitude. And then whatever, if you're in the live chat, because some of you may be watching on Apple TV, Amazon, Roku. If you're in the live chat, whatever is rising up in the present moment in you, you're free to share that if you choose, because it's arising now. If there's no sense of resisting what's arising, you can share that, okay? We're going to read the gratitude. I have a story for you and some themes about the show, and then the rest is unplanned. I'm gonna grab your chats. I'm gonna see what arises in the present moment. I want this to be for some of you, it's exactly what you've been seeking. You've been feeling discontent. You've been upset. You're going through a transition. You're seeking answers. You're wondering, what does it all mean? I feel you. I know that. And that's why this is a heart thing for me. I really want to reach the world with this. And if there's somebody you know that's struggling, I want to ask you to share this with them. Whether you're live on the playback, share it with them. Give them the gift of this present moment. Give them the gift of what's going to happen here today. Because guess what? This is a co-creation, by the way. If you're here, this is a co-creation. We're going to co-create this space together, this present moment. People are probably going to walk up here. I don't know what's going to happen, but we're going to embrace all of it. We're going to laugh. We might feel some feels, but we're going to enjoy this space together. Type in yes if you're in. Type in yes if you're here. Type in yes. Just type in the word yes. Say yes to life. Say yes to the present moment. Say yes to fulfillment now. Say yes. All right, let's do this. And then we got a special announcement as well. So let's get into this. Let's start off with the gratitude reading. We're going to harness gratitude. And we also have a special sponsor. I'm really eager to share this too. I'm going to share a little bit about that as well. Let's get into today's July 10th. And by the way, for those of you that join me every day, you know I'm reading from this book, The Sunrise Gratitude, 365 morning meditations for joyful days all day long. So this is gratitude in the present moment. Gratitude in the present moment. I have not read this, so I'm hearing it the same time you are. So we get to do this together. A honeybee flies from flower to flower, looking for sweet nectar to create honey. The bee works to find the flowers with the sweetest nectar and doesn't stop until it finds what it's looking for. Don't stop searching for what you're looking for either. Persevere and know that something amazing could be waiting just around the corner. The anticipatory excitement of a journey makes life extraordinary. Soon, you will find what you need and be able to reveal the journey. So that's talking about how the honeybee continues to search for nectar. And this is perfect setup because, and I'm going to grab all your shares, by the way, as many as I can, because I appreciate you being here. So if something's coming up for you, you want to give me a shout out, say hello. I want to love on you as much as I can. We want to create an amazing space here today. The honeybee flies from flower to flower, looking for sweet nectar to create honey. There's a mission, a purpose. You have a mission and a purpose. And you may not know that right now. And here's the theme of the show here is, it seems to me that the dis-ease, so I'm going to transition right in to the purpose of the show. But if something came up for you about this, what I just read, please share that. Just don't stop searching for what you're looking for either. So here's what I want to share with you. What I feel is the dis-ease in the world today is a hyper inflated focus on the future. And some people, lots of people are living in a state of discontent. This moment is flawed. I'm flawed. The world is flawed, which creates a discontent in the present moment. And we become hyper focused on a future utopian fantasy. And when we are in this state, because the news doesn't care how you feel, they don't, right? The news has there's agendas, there's all kinds of things, right? So when we are in a state of this is flawed, I'm flawed, the world is flawed, discontent, we are in a state of fight or flight. Most of the world is in a state of fight or flight most of the time, stress, anxiety. And we are devaluing the present moment. We are devaluing life as it unfolds right now. And so the purpose of this show is to help you live more fully now through nature, through this incredible space that we've created, that we're creating right now. And I want you to live more fully now, not tomorrow, not next week, now. And then we can expand out from here. And our purpose is organic. It's not devaluing the now, it's expanding from the now. Does that make sense? So instead of thinking point A, I'm at point A, and point A is flawed, point A is messed up, and I need to get to point B. And what I found that not everybody, a lot of people, including myself, get to point B. I get the rush of point B, but then because I came from discontent, anxiety, it soon returns. And then I'm going to seek, and I keep doing the same thing, thinking that there's some moment in the future where I'm going to feel the utopia that I seek. And this show is to bring you into now and say, this is it. Your life is right now. Your life is right now. And we can live more fully right now. And I want you to feel it even during the course of this show. You hear the birds, you hear nature. I'm going to scan around. Let's get into the location, and this is exciting. Good morning, Gabby. Good morning, Mandy. Good morning, Gordon. I'm going to grab your shares here because we want to do that. Before I do that, I want to share the location because this is a beautiful place called Boundary Creek Reserve. Boundary Creek Reserve. And this is a special part of the show because I do it from different locations. And this leads me into a very exciting development, even on our second episode. I want you to give some love for Duchess DJ Love, everyone. Gallivanting like a royal. And I just want to speak to this because this is part of the show. This show is going to incorporate nature from all kinds of locations to inspire you to be present, to get out in nature, to live life more fully now, to avoid the disease of the world. I met Duchess DJ Love at the Eckhart Tolle event because I've been studying Eckhart's work for years. I went to the event, and everything you're seeing now is the evolution of my study and the study that I've learned with Eckhart Tolle. And I met DJ at this event. She approached me out of the blue. Something told her to approach me, and she is incredible. She's got a incredible travel message. She's been to all 50 states. She's been to 10 countries, and she loves bringing travel to people's lives. And she says gallivanting like a royal because she's traveled like a royal, but on a budget. So if you're somebody, I just want you to connect with Duchess DJ, whether you're on live, whether you're somebody who's watching the playback, please connect with her. And so when she saw the location and what I was doing, she reached out to me and she said, I want to sponsor you. I want to sponsor this show. I really love what you're doing. And she's all about spreading the love. And so we want to spread some love with this show because that's really the main thing, right? It's about love. So just give a shout out. Make sure you connect with her. She's an amazing soul. And I know she's going to impact a lot of people just on her platform with the travel alone. So, and it's such a great time to travel and get out and do that. So welcome everyone. So let's give DJ a shout. And let me just say hello to everybody who's here this morning. We have Mandy, who's our co-host for Flashpoint TV every Thursday at 3 p.m. So good morning, Mandy. I'm glad you're here. Good morning. Good morning, TJ. Glad you're here. It's on Facebook as well. Yes, it is. This is streaming live on Austin J. Haynes Life and Business Coach Facebook page, YouTube, and live on E360 TV. Good morning, Michelle. Good morning. Glad you're here. Pause and breathe, everyone. Make sure we keep that theme throughout the show. Pause and breathe. And I want to give you the rarest treasure. Would you be interested in the rarest treasure ever? The rarest of treasure, the most valuable treasure. I'm going to talk about that next. The most valuable of treasure. And by the way, I want to give you a little call to action. Every time you pause and breathe throughout the show, I just want you to put hashtag pause and breathe or hashtag PB. Hashtag pause and breathe, hashtag PB. Every time you do that, you're becoming a steward of the present moment. You talk about being a steward of wealth, finances, relationships. If we can be a steward of this present moment, we then become a steward. We expand out and we become a steward of everything else. Everything we do is an expansion of what's happening in this moment. It's not, I'm discontent now and I'm going to get to the future that's going to fix now, but that doesn't happen. We can only embrace and move forward from now. So every time you do a pause and breathe, you're being a good steward of now, just type in the word #PB. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, I'm going to share a story. Let me see who else is on. Just say hello. The bees are all around me. We're going to see them as well if you love nature. Hello, Gabby. Good morning. For some reason, can you hear me? Do I got a good sound check? It seems like I do. Let me just say hello. Gordon, where's Gordon? Sandy from Australia, I believe. How are you feeling, Sandy? Please check in with us this morning. Let us know how you're feeling. And Gordon's given a shout out to Duchess here. And all right, here we go. Let me share the story. The rarest of treasures, everyone. Are you interested in the most valuable treasure? The most valuable treasure ever. Do I have your interest? Here we go. There's a legend. This is a Hindu legend, by the way. This is an old Hindu legend that tells when the gods are making the world, they asked, where can we hide the most valuable of treasures so that they will not be lost? How can we hide them so that the lust and greed of men will not steal or destroy them? What can we do to make sure that these riches will carry on from generation to generation for the benefit of all man and womankind? So in their wisdom, they selected a hiding place that was so obvious that it would not be seen. And there they placed the true riches of life, endowed with the true power of perpetual self-replenishment. In this hiding place, these treasures can be found by every living person in the land who understands. Where is this hiding place? The most valuable of treasures are hidden within you in this present moment. No one can steal or destroy them, and you cannot lose them. The true riches of life are within you, in your heart and in your mind, right now. Think of it. Everything you need is within you right now. You can hear me. Good morning. Good morning, LS. I'm glad you're here this morning. How did this story impact you? Lead with love. You are so welcome, Sandy. Let us know how you're feeling. Sandy was going through something, and we'll just send her some prayers and love, if you will. We got a lot of love in the chat, and if you're in the chat, I want you to connect with these people. Make sure you connect with these people. These are, loving souls. Mandy did a pause and breathe. Pause and breathe. I got more for you, everyone. We're going to see what unfolds. The best I can feel for now, something is lingering which shouldn't be lingering. So a bit frustrated in a way, but went to the beach yesterday, and boy, so good to soak up the sun and the energy waves. Beautiful. DJ, pause and breathe. Pause and breathe. Pause and breathe. Pause and breathe. That's a powerful story. And if you think about it, I want to go back to what I was saying and think about how this relates to you. Are you hyper-focused on a future moment? Are you so fixated on it that you're just completely devaluing the now? Maybe you've gone through some tough relationships because you're so hyper driven for some kind of level of success or money. And what we want, I think the fruit of this show is an organic evolution of your purpose in this world, which is inclusive of whatever wealth that is. I mean, they say that wealth is what's left when you lose all your money. True wealth is what's left when you lose. Do you hear me, everyone? Do you hear this? This is going to be hard for some people. It's hard. It was hard for me. Think this is easy? It's simple. It's not easy. True wealth is what remains after you've lost all your money, your material things. But I like the material things. I want them. And you can have it all. However, let's cultivate health and well-being, purpose and mission inside of us, and be less influenced by what society or someone says we should be doing. And I love Joseph Campbell, and I just saw a clip of Joseph Campbell. I'm going to share this with you because this is an incredible, profound story. And it's going to give you perspective. Joseph Campbell is the creator of The Hero's Journey. Without Joseph Campbell, you probably wouldn't know the movie Star Wars. You probably wouldn't know about Harry Potter and a plethora of other things. You know what he did during the Great Depression? Because there's this, everybody says more millionaires are made during the Great Depression and the downtimes. And that's true. And if that's your jam, have at it. Joseph Campbell, you know what he did? He figured out a way to get by. He was so passionate about studying mythology and writing and studying that he figured out a way to get by during the Great Depression, dedicated his life to this work. And he's all about living your bliss. What does it mean to live your bliss? What does it mean to live from a heart space? What does that look like? And he did that. He followed that for 40 years. He was unwaved or unaffected by the societal pressures of what everybody says we should be doing. This person says I should do this. Society says I should do this. Well, guess what? There's a whole lot of people doing that, and that's why we have a world of unfulfilled people, because we're not embracing the truest riches of life, which is right now within me and within you. What do you appreciate right now? Let's get that going. What do you appreciate right now? What do you appreciate right now? I want to share a quote with you because this is another catalyst for this show. Let me share that with you right now. It's right now, right? And I got a big announcement, by the way. Huge announcement. You want to stick around. We shall not cease from exploration. And in all of our exploring, we shall arrive where we started and know the place for the first time. What is that place? It's right now. It's the present moment. There's no amount of discontent, anxiousness, overthinking that's going to make now better. Now becomes better when we fully open up and embrace it. And if you'll notice, this is the power. And if you see that, you notice the color of that sand, it's red for love. This is the hourglass. And this is a reminder that we can only be in the present moment as it unfolds. It's constantly, you see it? You see how fast that sand is pouring through? It's literally life unfolding before our eyes. You see it? That's where we want to be. But what do? What do we historically do? I did it this morning, by the way. I'm going to be fully transparent. Here's what happened. I got ahead of myself. In a moment, I jumped ahead. I jumped into the future. And then I said, boom, there it is. And then I went back. And I share my affirmation. I move forward from a place of peaceful power, poised, planned, productive, profitable, and passionately on purpose. I move forward from a place of peaceful power, not anxious, hyper focused on the future. I move forward from a place of peaceful power. Hashtag peaceful power. Can you move forward from a place of peaceful power where everything that comes into your ethos is impacted, touched, better, because you are aware of this moment? You're aware that the sand is pouring now. Because what do? We go here in the future. So this sand is coming out now, but we're looking at this little speck of sand up here, and we're going, when's that one going to come? I want this one. I want this speck of sand right now. I want this one. But life's going, well, no, we're here. Do you follow me? How many of us have done this? I've been guilty, right? Who's guilty? Now, let's see. Let me see who's guilty. Let's see. Who is there? Anybody else here? No. I'm the only one here. But I'm having some fun. But listen, so hyper focused on this future grain of sand. Meanwhile, there's the true riches of life right now. Or am I like, oh man, like what's down the bottom here? I let me go back to this old grain of sand that already went through, and let me see if I can bring that one back. Let me see if I can go down here and somehow pull that piece of sand up and somehow hold on to it. Like, let me see if I can grab that piece of sand and just hold on to it because it's supposed to be mine. And it's not, is it? And this is why it's so powerful when we are fully embraced in the present moment. We liberate ourselves. We're free. We're free from attachment to be fully engaged and completely detached. Wow. I learned that from my mentor, James McNeil. That was a quote he often said. I live life fully engaged and completely detached. Fully engaged, that means I'm engaged in life. I'm engaged in the sand as it pours out of the glass. And I'm detached from the future. I'm detached if it's past. Can I reflect and appreciate? Oh my gosh, yes, please. I reflect consistently. I reflect on these moments of life. And I think the greatest gift that we have is when we can look back and appreciate all of it. That's the hourglass, everyone. Think about the hourglass. And if you turn it sideways, it's like an infinity loop. It never stops. The other thing I want to, and we're going to do this every show, if you will, and we're going to add more depth to this because, and let me grab your shares. Let me stop. It's 10:30 Eastern. I want to grab your shares. I want to give you some shout outs. And just whatever's coming up for you, please, I want you to share that. Let that sink in deep. Gordon, which one were you referring to when you said let that sink in? Because I want to highlight that. Absolutely. I can take them with me everywhere. Energy is abounding within me right now. By the way, whatever name you see up here, connect with that person. They're here. They showed up. Connect with them. Everything was within you right now. Mandy called it, I believe. Okay, she's talking about the story. You saw where the story was going. I think that's what you're literally studying this right now. What's coming up within you? What's coming up for you right now, everyone? This is about you. This is about your present moment right now. You stepped into this space. Or did you pause and breathe? We got a lot of pause and breathe. Thank you so much, everyone. And we're going to do it again. We're going to pause and breathe. I'm going to pause for a moment because we're going to. You could listen to my words. I'm here. I could keep pouring out, or we can just pause and we can also pause and breathe. So I'm going to step out of I'm going to stand up because I need to move, and I want to give you the opportunity to pause and breathe hear what you can hear, see what you can see. What is coming into the present moment? What is coming into the present moment? And then I'll talk about this cup. This is the royalty cup. This is the gallivanting like a royal. Purple's royal, right? So, everyone spout. And by the way, I want to remind you, drink water and breath. And whatever's arising in you, you can type it in. I don't care if it's bird, blade of grass, whatever. Let's do it. Oh, I got chills. I got goosebumps, everyone. I just because when you really make this a practice for yourself, there's just so many things that can open up. You know what you do? Let's grab your shares, what you saw. So glad. You never thought of an infinite loop sideways. It's the infinite loop. You turn an hourglass. It represents the infinite loop. Time is passing, but it's also infinite. And the thing is, like, this moment is consistently unfolding. We got pause and breathe. Leo, I'm glad you joined, my friend. I'm so glad you're here. Leo and I worked together for a long, long time, man. I got chills. See, I appreciate you. Appreciate what rises up in the current moment. Pause and breathe. We got the royal cup. I'll talk about that. So we got Jenna saw clouds. We got lots of clouds. I wasn't looking at the clouds. See, I was looking at the grass and I was looking out into the distance. That's why we all observe something different, right? As the sand pours through, we observe something different. The purple's one of my favorite colors. Twinsies. And if you haven't smiled today, make sure you do. If I have to put on some funny faces, I'll do that, whatever. Waving grass. I'm watching the squirrel with the sparkling ebony eyes chomp on food. Beautiful. We got blue skies. Blue is my favorite color. Really like the banner at the bottom of the screen. Yeah, the banner's looking good. Gallivanting like a royal. Make sure you connect. Tufts of grass touched by the breath of life rustles and siesta to us. Mandy, you are the official interpreter of life with the words that you choose, because really there's no words that can describe everything that's happening right now, even in this video, but Mandy has such a way with words. You saw a sun ray. Awesome. Leo, Mandy's sending you some love. Bill, another friend from the past who's also a big nature lover. And if you're not a nature lover, that's okay. Like nature, it doesn't mean you have to go out and hug a tree. Like that's not what we're saying here. But for me, nature is a connector. It's a connector to the rhythm of life. And what's been really coming through for me is that there's almost like two things happening. We're living in life. We're getting by. We pay our bills. We're living, but society can pull us so far out of the rhythm of life, out of the present moment, into the future, right? Everything's flawed. I'm flawed. The world is flawed. The situation's flawed. I look flawed. And then we're hyper focused on the future and we're devaluing right now. So that's what the purpose of this show is. It's that we can live fully right now. I felt goosebumps this morning multiple times. I've appreciated life multiple times. I feel love multiple times. I feel because it's expanding within me. I don't have to go anywhere to get it. I don't have to get it in the next relationship. I don't have to get it in my next success. I don't have to get it. And by the way, I love achievement. I appreciate, but it's the achievement is the manifestation of the seed you plant today. Isn't that a different perspective? Loving the sounds. Me too. Oh, God. Perspective. Awareness. What lens are we looking through? Oh, my God. There's people that feel flawed. There's people that are going to see this video that feel flawed. Something happened, right? Something happened so deep and harsh maybe that it just keeps coming up. It just keeps coming up into the present moment. And sometimes we like that healing journey is the manifestation. So if there's discomfort and thing that you don't know where it's coming from, it's, can you embrace it? Can you embrace what's arising in the present moment? Whew. And I'm going to share this with you now. So the cup. And before I share the cup, I just want to invite you tomorrow evening. Here's what I want to do, everyone, because this is important. It's arising in the present moment right now for me. There's so much opportunity that's expanding right now. And I want to do a better job of letting people know what they can take advantage of. So I'm doing an update video tomorrow evening. And it's tomorrow evening at 8:00. So I'm going to share that link with you right now. So tomorrow night, we can go through some of the, hey, what's coming up on your calendar, Austin? What can I take advantage of? What shows do you have? We got a lot of things coming up, and I don't want to get into that now because I want to honor this space, but I want to get the link out there so you can join tomorrow night at 8:00, and we will have a lot more inspiration in that as well. Okay, back to the cup. This is a cup, right? So here's what I want you to think about the present moment. The present moment is like an opening. When we are in presence, we just opened up. We could be in a state of observation. Like that's what we're doing. We're practicing this throughout the show. So I hear a bird chirp. What you're doing is you're allowing the present moment. And from the micro moment, we can become, we can make this a practice throughout life. And even in the toughest moments, we can sit with it. And we become incredibly empowering when we can pour awareness into the present moment versus reaction. When we can pour awareness in versus reaction. So the cup is the allowing of allowing of life, what comes up in the present moment. It's like filling up the cup. And that could be through our observation, but can also be an intention, right? Because if an intention rises up within me from a pure place, that can come in the present moment. That's a seed. But what often happens is when that seed comes in, our overthinking, anxious mind comes in, and it could be gone that quick. And so we don't give it the life, the breath, the water, the fertilizer it needs to grow. And so whatever that rise up in, can we allow that into the cup? Can we pour more intention around that? Can we pour more intention around that? Gord, I love it. So I have a book here. We're gonna grab a reading out of this book too. And just give yourself a pause and breathe. Peace, nature. What's coming through for you right now? Pause and breathe. Pause and breathe. I want you to connect to source. Do you feel connected to source this morning? Can you go deeper into your spirituality this morning? Where is your spirituality? Is it in some thought construct, or is it deeper? So we're going to do another pause and breathe right now. Austin, why are you doing so many pauses and breathe? Because it's a practice. If we can do it here, we're going to do it throughout as life unfolds. When that person presses us, when that person loses their temper, when something arises from the past that almost fear and anxiety seems to cripple me. So the more we can do the pause and breathe now, and we make it a practice, then we can do it in the tougher moments. Are you follow me? So I'm gonna stand up and say, DJ here is going to help us out. Do you need to stand? Oh, do you need to stand up? Stand and stretch. So maybe we can do a stand and stretch. So I'm going to stand up again, and I'm gonna use the. And I want you to listen to the noise as long as you can. Take a breath. And so we have something in the present moment right now. So we have a young child maybe coming up down the boardwalk. So we embrace it. All right, here we go. So there's my stretch moment. So we got about 15 minutes left in the show, and we got company, but it's all good. Just observe what's happening, and take a moment to pause and breathe if you haven't already, and just see what you can hear. Just see what you can hear.
Dad, going this way.
And so I'll make a couple announcements while we have this going on. So you have tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. We're going to be doing a update call. We don't have a set day and time for that yet, so you just got to stay tuned. And then eventually I'll have a set day and time for the weekly update. And I want you to connect with Duchess DJ Love, gallivanting like a royal, all about travel. How you doing? Oh, you're good. Good. The kiddos are having a good time. Yeah, of course, right? So tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, I dropped the link in there. Connect with Duchess DJ Love. And you still have an opportunity to share what you appreciate, because we're going to keep going. What you appreciate appreciates. Dial into the moment. Allow what's coming up. And I really want this to be a catalyst for you. I really do. From the bottom of my heart, I want this to touch you. And I want you to think about your journey, that you have a purpose that may not line up to what everybody else thought or everybody else thinks it should be, that it's unique to you. And developing the art of stillness, developing the ability to just sit and be still is one of the most powerful things that you can do. Why? Because when you are just in your routine, and they've done studies, the same thoughts repeat over and over again. They put numbers on this. 97% of your thoughts repeat, 80% of them are of a negative nature. Whether the numbers are right or not. But the point is that when we pause and breathe, we create an opening for something deeper to come through. And I'm going to share something with you that is a little deep and profound. But when I share it with you, you're going to go, oh, yeah. And this happens to me at least once a week, if not more. I'll get a text message. And it just happened yesterday. This Michelle was on here. I think Michelle might be on here. The person will pop in my head, and then the text message comes through. So I literally picked it up before it came through. How do you explain that? There's little clues everywhere if we pay attention. If we can step out of this, I have to, I got it, I must. Think about the world, right? I have to, I got it, I must, I have to, I got it, I must, I have to, I got it, I got to get here, I got to get there, I got to get that done, I got to get this done, I got to get this done. And we lose this. We become anxious. Our biochemistry changes. We get into a state of fight or flight. And then that's where we're coming from. And no matter where we go, there we are. Are you feeling this morning? Are you cultivating what I'm saying? It's so simple you could miss it because your brain goes, I got that. Check. So the brain's looking and the brain's going, because this is the challenge today, right? The brain, information. So you're hearing something, you're hearing a concept, and your brain's looking for a match. Boom, I got it. Boom, check. Instead of, what can I learn? What's coming through? What's rising up from deep within me? Can I get to a state of presence where something deep can rise up within me? Something deeper, something profound. There's got to be more than this. I know there's more than this. Please tell me, Austin, there's more than this. There's more than this, and it's right now. 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 The pause and breathe. Give you a little bit of science. The pause and breath, you know what you do every time? Your brain and your heart synchronize. How are you feeling right now on a scale of 1 to 10? Haven't been a part of this show, honoring this space. How do you feel right now? And by the way, this isn't, oh, Austin, like I'm not soliciting for I feel great. How do you feel right now, truly? We're going to take it up a notch. We're going to take it up a notch right now. Who do you appreciate right now? Is there somebody in the chat that you appreciate right now? If you're watching this on the playback from Apple TV, Amazon, Roku, Fire, who are you thinking of right now? Who do you appreciate right now? Who has impacted you even in the chat right now? Give them a shout out. Appreciate them right now. Someone's name. Give them a shout out. Share the love now. Each of you. Thank you. I receive. Thank you. Thank you, DJ. Mandy appreciates DJ. Mandy appreciates Sunny. Do you feel that love coming through? Type it in. Who do you appreciate right now? I appreciate each and every person that came on here, each and every person that shared this with one person that wants to hear something new. They know there's more. They know there's a deeper understanding, and they've tuned in here today. Gordon, Mandy, Gabby, Leo, Lionel, TJ, Austin. I appreciate Gord, Jenna, Michelle, Ivy Perez. And if somebody's not here, you can tag them. Let them know you appreciate them. I appreciate each every one of you. And I'm going to share an exciting announcement because I just can't contain myself anymore. And then we're going to close the show out in the next couple minutes. I'm going to pan around again. We're going to get some presents. And I want you to just feel the love this morning, the appreciation. And then we'll tell you I have an event coming up on October 7th, 8th, and 9th, Flashpoint. You can get more details on that tomorrow night. The link is in the chat. I shared that here. And every morning at 7:45 a.m., for those of you I'm on my social media platform, just look up Austin J. Haynes, Life and Business Coach. You'll find all my stuff. You can join every morning at 7:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, here's the exciting news. Give me 1 second. I'm going to share this with you. Here we go. This is so exciting. Here we go. This is going to turn into a book, and we are going to write it. How about that? Don't know when, don't have all the details worked out yet, but it needs to happen. The world needs to hear this. The world needs to hear this. So we have about 5 minutes left in the show. It's your final opportunity to share if you're on the live stream. If you are, appreciates Michelle. There you go. So Jenna appreciates Michelle. Perfect. Beautiful. This has been great. You've all been amazing. If you're on the playback, you can engage through the social media. You can think of somebody, you can call them. The book will be out at some point, and we feel like we have a great opportunity to share with people. And this will be my seventh. Oh, what is that? What is your seventh? Oh, collaborative books. Oh, okay. Okay, we'll talk more about the details, how that's going to work. But let me just share presents a little bit around the place here with the minutes that we have. The computer's getting hot. So let's just give you a little bit of lay of the land. This is Boundary Creek Park. I believe this is the Rancocas Creek behind me. You see all the blades of grass. And there's even some frogs. You get your final shares. I want to thank you all for being here today. I'm blessed. There's lots of opportunity for sponsorships. We have another show, Flashpoint. There's lots of opportunities for you to connect. You can connect every morning, 7:45 a.m. at your own, from your comfort of wherever you are. Next week, we'll be back again with episode number 3. We will eventually bring on some guests from time to time. We'll have another location. We'll have another special location to bring in nature. We're going to have our sponsor here with us. Duchess DJ Love will be joining us, gallivanting like a royal. Make sure you connect with her and everything, and everyone else that's on here. Connect. And if you want to really step in, if you're feeling like, wow, this is really, I'm really feeling something. I don't know what it is, but I know I need to be in this space. October 7th, 8th, and 9th is the Flashpoint Live event. It's I'll share the link here right now since I have a minute. You can join us for this special event. The tickets are going to go fast. I can tell you that right now. Oh, how's my signal? Good. I have a feeling this heat is going to cause an issue, so we're going to wrap this up. You can join us at that event, and you can meet a lot of these folks in person. There's the link, everyone. So get that information. And I always ask if you could just share this with one person, one person that is looking for something like this. See that right there? Got some sun. One person that needs to be more at peace. One person that needs to live more in the present moment. One person that believes there's more for them. One person. Sharing this with one person can make all the difference. Connecting with one person can make all the difference. Connecting with one person, sharing with one person creates a ripple. Do you realize there's people that I don't even know that are just connecting? I just met DJ not too long ago, and look at all the connections that are happening. There's connections that I can't even keep track of, all because I'm working on living more in the moment, cultivating my gifts and just expanding it from there. And every one of us has that. Every one of us, there's not a person on the planet that doesn't have a purpose. You have a purpose. God bless you, everyone. Nothing but love. Set your calendar for next week. We'll be back again. Oh, here we go. For another special episode, another location, also all kinds of exciting things. Let me just one more shout out to Duchess DJ, our sponsor. I'm going to pull the banner down as we close out. I got a little outro for you too. So we even have that. See you next week, everyone.